I am the B-E-S-C.
Oh, shucky ducky, quack, quack. New day.
Because mommy is always on top.
And welcome back to Neurodiverse and Let's Assess. I'm your host, John Arroyo. And boy, Saturday, pretty much Sunday's night of SummerSlam, kicked it out of the park. Guys, we got extreme hardcore matches back to back to back. Yes, we had 3 crazy hardcore matches back to back to back. We got some tributes from wrestlers, guys, and we got a OMG moment that pretty much shakes up the whole men's division to end the night, like a big what the OMG moment. So let's get right into it, because guys, it's just, this SummerSlam was so good. We need to get into it. Sunday night SummerSlam was so good, so let's get right into it. So we kicked these off with Triple H. You know Triple H, he teased last night on the post show, oh, anything can happen. He comes out, he talks about it again. He's like, still, anything can happen. You thought Saturday was good, Sunday's gonna blow it out the park, and Sunday did. And Triple H is a genius. I'm speechless. This night was so good. And we kicked things off with the best of the women's division. And I cannot wait to talk about it. So let's go right into it. Guys, we start with the World Heavyweight Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky versus Naomi. And boy, was it a treat. Rhea Ripley came out with purple and black with flames and like chains. It was really cool. Heavy metal. Io Sky came out like a Joshi princess. The neon, the fluffiness. She looked at like a goddess, pretty much like a princess. And Naomi comes out with one of the best entrances of the night. Caution tape, heavy metal punk, and her dad plays the couture for her entrance. Is really cool. She had that moment where her dad, when she's walking into the ring, she says she loves her dad, gives her dad like a kiss, and she's crying. Her dad is crying, seeing her like her daughter, like Naomi dad, seeing her go into the ring as champion. It was a really cool moment to start the show. You could see that Naomi was emotional, and a lot of people were. Like, I was kind of emotional, not like crying, but I felt like, damn. Like, yes, it took this long for Naomi to be champion. And she proves it in this match that proceed with caution, because it's Naomi's time, and I loved it. The match starts out with Naomi playing mind games, at first saying, Rhea, Io, you guys fight it out. I'm going to wait on the outside, but Rhea and Io does not play that game. So they chase Naomi around. They beat her up, but when Rhea hits a big boot, Naomi slides where her Matrix slide, and Io gets knocked out. So then Naomi and Rhea fight. It's a stiff fight. You thought it was going to be a little fight. No, it was stiff punches and kicks. It was really stiff. I kind of liked it. The Naomi and Rhea kind of fighting stiff and heavy. Like, you felt the punches. Io came back in flying in, but Naomi hits an X Factor on Io, try to get the pin, but that's a kick out. And then Naomi like pulls Io's hair, scratches her back, and then like she bites Rhea Ripley's fingers like a monster. It was really cool. But, you know, Io comes back flying. She does like the multi-person, like multi-flips into a drop kick. You know, Io Sky moves. Io knows multiple moves, bounces off of Rhea into Naomi, like really cool offense. Rhea Ripley was a beast. Pretty much like just going in the ring, demolishing. On the outside, we get some chaos. But the moment that like stole the whole show was Io Sky coming in, diving on the outside, picking up Rhea from powerbomb and slamming her onto Naomi. Yes, Io picks up Rhea and power bombs her into Naomi on the ground on the outside. Back in the ring, more chaos. Rhea hits a super Rhea Riptide. That doesn't work. And Naomi steals the win by pretty much a roll-up. Surprising, Naomi leaves. And we see Rhea kind of crashing out. Like Rhea screaming. She looks like she's going to snap. Her eyes twitching. And then it cuts to Naomi laughing and Io kind of like looking kind of confused at Rhea. Guys, I'm saying this now. Maybe on Raw or in the next couple weeks, we're going to get Rhea Ripley's crash out, and I cannot wait. We got the little teaser of Rhea's crash out. Naomi is still champion, and Io Sky is maybe going to fight Rhea for that storyline, and I cannot wait. And then we get Naomi and Stephanie Valkyria in a couple weeks. That's like, what? Now on to the next match. That was even crazier than this match. And then out of nowhere, I'm thinking, okay, the TLC match is going to be near the middle of the curtain. No, the next match was the SmackDown Tag Team Division TLC match for the World Tag Team titles. And boy, was it just like, it stole like most of the show. Like, that's the match that is up there with the main event. Like, that match was so good. The Street Pop, let's talk about the best gear of the match. So the Street Profits, they came to slay. They get that hip hop, red with black, little bit of the whole the aura of them. Fraxiom came out with like a cool comic book superhero type of blue and white, like Nathan and Axiom killed it. Andrade and Rey Fenix with a dark blue look and white, and Rey with like flames kind of giving like water and fire type of vibes. Really cool. And the Wyatt Six, they came out creepy. And, they came to deliver, and boy, did they deliver. We start with everyone jumping to Wyatt Six, but that doesn't work. Crazy spots on the outside, motor machine guns drop kicking everyone with ladders. Ciampa and Johnny, they're veterans, so they're setting up stuff. They're beating people up with chairs on the outside. On the outside, we got Montez and Dawkins flying around. Back in the ring, we got Andrade and Rey Fenix pretty much doing unbelievable lucha against like Axiom and Nathan. Nathan and Axiom and Rey Fenix and them are going crazy back and forth. And then it starts getting crazy. Because guys, we get everyone going through tables. Axiom puts Dawkins through a table with a Spanish fly. I think one of the Motor City machine guns put somebody else through a table, and then Ciampa put someone through a table. So it's just chaos. And then the one and only Candice LeRae miss wrestling herself. I'm happy that they used her because, girl, her hardcore spot was unbelievable. I'll get to that soon. So Candice come in, try to stake the titles. Then B-Fab, like in my predictions, I said the girls are going to get involved. So B-Fab is climbing. Candice kind of hits B-Fab, they're fighting. And then, crazy Nikki Cross show up. And Nikki Cross does a leg sweep on B-Fab on the top of the ladder. So they both fall. They're both knocked out. Candice is about to grab the ladder. Johnny and Ciampa is trying to make sure that Candice is fine. Montez kicks Ciampa bumps into Johnny, but Johnny is not paying attention, so he bumps into the ladder, and Candice LeRae falls from 60 feet from the sky, landing on a ladder. Just knocked the hell out. Miss Candice LeRae, Miss Hardcore. I'm saying it. They need a new Candice LeRae more. Please go watch some Candice LeRae indie matches. Watch her match against Kevin Owens. Watch her hardcore. Because Candice LeRae is a hardcore girl. And that spot alone stole the moment. Montez, everyone in the crowd was just screaming. It was so good. We thought she was dead. The way she sold it. The way she sold her landing and she just knocked the hell out. Moment. That's a moment. And then another amazing moment, pretty much DIY kind of stole the show, okay? So then we had Ciampa climbing back up. Johnny's like, whatever, my wife is fine. Johnny, your wife is pretty much knocked the hell out, but whatever. Ciampa's going back up. Johnny gets knocked out by Axiom. Nathan Frazier jumps and try to take Ciampa, but Ciampa uses his upper body strength and literally flips up and like does a handstand, like holding himself up, dangling upside down from the title belts, like dangling for dear life and then nobody's able to catch him. So then when he puts his feet back down, they able to catch him, take him down, and then we get a cool spot when Andrade and Rey Fenix, so pretty much Andrade tried to grab the title, and then Rey jumps on Andrade's back, trying to like use themselves as a ladder. That doesn't work because they get drop kicked down. And then, the one and only Eric Rowan comes in, cleans house. Even though he gets demolished by ladders and stuff, that doesn't stop. He chokeslams people and stuff, but still. Eric gets taken down. Then it's a fight for the end. It's the fight near the end of the brawl. Everyone is climbing up the ladders fighting. Uncle Howdy says, nah, F that. He comes in, he pushes one team off, they go flying, and then, Street Profits and DIY had it the hardest. They fell through 4 tables on the outside. And Uncle Howdy, after, giggles, laughs, and just climbs up and grabs the titles for his team. Perfect ending. Uncle Howdy and Wyatt 6 are dominant. Who's going to dethrone them? I don't know who. But the Scooby-Doo gang, pretty much the whole SmackDown locker room, the whole Scooby-Doo gang got destroyed. The Wyatt 6 took over. I loved it. I want more Wyatt 6. And then it goes into an other crazy match that the stipulation didn't seem that hardcore, but the match was just killer. Then we get Lyra versus Becky for the Intercontinental Women's Championship. No Borg Curd, no DQ. And they really played into the no DQ, no hold Borg. Okay, the storytelling was so good. Becky's such a good storyteller. And Lyra, I'm saying this now, in the next year or two, Lyra is going to be a big story. This match proved it. I loved their match at Money in the Bank, but this match took it to a whole new level. Lyra came out with iconic bird outfit. But Becky came out with a new song, new gear. It was kind of old school Becky, the man, but more red and kind of had blood stain designs. Really cool, really dope. But the match starts out crazy. Both women throwing hands. Lyra brings out a crowbar in under the first minute. Yes, Lyra brings out a crowbar about to beat Becky. Becky brings out a kendo stick, but the kendo stick breaks it because Lyra literally hits the kendo stick with the crowbar. Crowbar gets hit by the pole, so Lyra's hand starts to hurt. Becky takes advantage of that, beating the hell out of Lyra. And the match was just brutal. Each woman banging each other against the steel steps. Becky Lynch bringing a toolbox, beating the hell out of Lyra. Zip ties, tying Lyra up, smacking her around. Becky uses a wrench, beats the hell out of Lyra. She uses a kendo stick as a golfing. She was literally going golfing all over Lyra's body, using Lyra like a golf ball, the way she was hitting the kendo stick. Lyra still came back though with crazy offense. She somehow breaks out of the zip ties and uses a fire extinguisher and just beats the hell out of Becky by just spraying her in the face and stuff. And then also Becky is choking Lyra out with chains in her mouth. It was gruesome. We get crazy cheer spots on the outside. And near the end, Becky almost kills Lyra. I feel like Lyra, I don't know, I thought Lyra was knocked out. Becky stomps Lyra after both of them are going back and forth with the chair. So Lyra is stuck in between the chair and between her neck, back and forth. It was so gruesome. Becky stomps on her neck. Lyra looks dead. She looks knocked out. Becky grabs the crowbar, about to knock Lyra out for good, but Bayley comes in for the save. And the big storyline was Becky was telling Bayley to hit Lyra when Lyra was at her weakest, but Bayley didn't. She said, I'm not going to fall for your games, and F you, Becky. So they start brawling. Crazy, and out of nowhere, I don't know how, but Lyra just comes out of nowhere and leg drops Becky onto a chair, onto a table, and then we end with a brawl back in the ring. But Bayley accidentally hits Lyra with the chains from earlier, and Becky hits a hand Mendel slam on 2 chairs for the win. It was such a good storyline. It blew my mind. Lyra and Becky are so good, but I never thought Lyra can fight that hard. Like Lyra using weapons like that. I'm saying it now. I want to see Lyra Valkyria heel turn after this. Bailey can still be the babyface, but I want Lyra to turn heel. Becky is so good. And I'm kind of happy that we're not going to have Becky and Lyra for a bit. I think it's going to be more like Bailey versus Lyra. And I cannot wait. And it was so good. And then we get an hardcore crazy match. Yes, we got like 3 back-to-back. And it just blew my mind. So let's move on to the next one. Guys, then we got the steel cage match. So yes, we start out with the TLC match, then the no DQ match, and then we get the steel cage match. Like Triple H is like, you know what, put all the hardcore matches back to back to back. We're gonna give life, and they did. Solo came out, typical Solo Sokoa. But Jacob Fatu comes out in this werewolf gear that was really dope. Like he had like the mask, everything. He looked like a beast. Right away, the match starts with Solo and Jacob fighting. Solo is smacking Jacob against the steel cage, doing Samoan splashes and stuff. It was crazy. But Fatu comes back like a werewolf, like a beast, doing the same thing. Really aggressive. But then the My Family Tree. I know I've been saying Bloodline. It's my mistake. I forgot that they have a new name now. So Solo's new group is called My Family Tree. So MFT. MFT shows up. So Mateo, the Tonga, the tall Tangaloa. Yes, I think that's the tallest, the 7-footer. That's what I'm going to call him. The 7-footer. They come, but Jimmy comes in to fight. So we have a Samoan fight on the outside. The tallest Tonga tries to chain Jacob Fatu's arm on the top of the steel cage. That doesn't work. And then near the end of the match, Jacob keeps grabbing Solo, but Solo's able to escape last minute. Solo runs away, and Solo tells JC Mateo finish the job, but come on. Jimmy Uso super kicks him, throws him back into the ring with the cage. One of the Tongas is there, and Jacob Fatu just dives off the top of the cage, crushing them to end the match. End the whole match. This storyline is not over. We're going to see Jacob Fatu, Jimmy. I think the other Tonga that's out, I forgot his name, but one of the Tongas are out. I feel like they're going to pair up with Fatu, but pretty much we're going to get that Samoan match at Survivor Series. I cannot wait. And also, like, maybe Jacob Fatu brings 1 or 2 more Samoans, but please keep the Samoan family coming. I love seeing multiple of them. It's so good. And Jacob Fatu stole that moment. He was so good. Just his entrance alone brought so much aura. And then we get a really good match and also a really good tribute match. So let me get right into that. We got AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. Pretty much this match was kind of like a love letter to Lucha Libre and Eddie Guerrero. Because it's the 20th anniversary of Eddie Guerrero at SummerSlam, his match against Rey. So pretty much Dominic Mysterio comes out in Lucha Aspire gear, wearing the mask that Rey wore during the custody match. They did say that on commentary. I thought it was really cool that Dominic is like, you know what? I'm going to wear the mask that my dad fought over custody with me as my entrance. It was dope. But AJ Styles with the mind games. Lately he's been backstage messing with Dominic, but it was so good. AJ comes out in Eddie Guerrero Latino Heat Aspire gear. He comes out with the lowrider. He does the little Eddie Guerrero move. One of the best gears of the night. Best homage. AJ Styles coming out like Eddie Guerrero. It was so good. And it was such a good match. Right away, Dominic tried to go for roll-ups. AJ doesn't do it. They go for a little run on the outside, a little cat and mouse. Back in the ring, we get a lot of Eddie tributes, a lot of callbacks to Eddie's matches. I love it. So the Three Amigos from Dominic, and then a 619, and then a frog splash, but that doesn't work. And then AJ does the iconic fake out Eddie Guerrero chair. You know how Eddie throws the chair at his opponent and then he pretends to play dead? He does that. So Dominic tries to do the Eddie, throwing the chair at AJ, pretend to be dead. The referee is still distracted. So AJ's like, you know what? No. So AJ puts the chair over his head and pretends to knock himself out. And then the referee's like, okay, who used the steel chair? And both of them said, no, they do the Spider-Man point. Like, no, you did it. No, you did it. The referee's like, you don't want to continue the match. Back and forth chaos. Both men pulling each other on the ropes with the leg. Billy, Eddie Guerrero, Latino cheat move. Like, Billy, like, I cheat, I steal, I win. Billy, Eddie style. But at the end, Dominic pulls a classic Eddie Guerrero move, unzipping his shoe when AJ does an ankle lock. Really innovative, really smart. And really Eddie Guerrero, because Eddie Guerrero did that in 1 or 2 matches. And Dominic gets out of it. And when the referee is distracted, because he kind of gets pushed to the corner, Dominic uses his boot, knocks out AJ, and then hits a frog splash for the win. It was brilliant. It was fun. It was a great tribute to Eddie Guerrero, one of the best luchadors in lucha, and I felt like it was a really good love letter to like traditional lucha storytelling, and it was so good. Dominic Mysterio is such a good wrestler. I love his Dirty Dom gimmick. It's going over with the fans. When he first turned heel, I wasn't a fan. I'm liking it now, but also like I just love it because he's given such that Eddie Guerrero vibe, and I just love it. And what did this mean for AJ? Because like in the post show, he talks about he lost to a 29-year-old. What does he do next? Like AJ, like is AJ about to do his retirement tour? I don't know. But this storyline is good. Hopefully this storyline kind of continues into Clash of Paris, and we have to see how that all plays out. Now on to the main event that like literally I have my eyes glued on. My mouth is still in shock. Like my jaw hurts from how many times I was screaming and saying, oh my God. The main event was one of a kind. So let's get into the main event of SummerSlam that pretty much stole the whole weekend. We get John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship in a street fight. And boy, was it a street fight. Not just a street fight, it was a brawl. Cody Rhodes enters with American flag colors. He has the golden skull mask. But before, it was really nice. Cody comes out with a message from his dad, his late dad, Dusty Rhodes. It was really emotional for Cody. It was really good. It was like that sentimental. It was really nice. And then John Cena comes out. It's all black. And we're like, okay, is John Cena going to be healed? No, he comes back. Babyface John Cena. He comes with his classic John Cena shirt that matches the Tron. Everything was so good. You can see John Cena was getting emotional. Cody was getting emotional. The fans was about to cry. They start with a hug. Everyone cheers. And then it goes straight into a brawl. Because they're like, okay, we're going to hug. We appreciate each other. Now it's time to beat the hell out of each other. They beat the hell out of each other. And then steel chairs get involved. Kendo sticks. Out of nowhere, John Cena steals a crutch from an NBA player. Like, it's crazy. He just like does the you can't see me to an NBA player, steals his crutches and starts beating Cody with the crutches. We get a crazy spot of steel steps. The way that Cody just drops John on the steel steps and then vice versa. John Cena, like a superhero, picks up the steel steps that I think were almost like 80, 90 pounds heavy, just lifts it up like it's nothing and tosses it to Cody on the outside, almost crushing Cody Rhodes. They fight on the outside. It's crazy. We see a lot of brawling, a lot of like weapons. They go into the crowd. John Cena and Cody start fighting with trash cans. They go like underneath the stage and everyone is confused. Then out of nowhere, you know how Cody Rhodes does his entrance when he goes through the elevator? Really clever. It made John Cena look like it looked like something out of a superhero movie. So John Cena is coming up the elevator from the stage. Smoke, it's almost pitch black. The spotlight's on him while Cody's on his back. And John Cena just AAs him, walks, AAs him. Like, it was so cinematic. It was such a good moment. And then back in the ring, John Cena picks up Cody and keep AAing him back into the ring. And then back in the ring, multiple AAs, multiple Cody cutters from like top row Cody cutters and stuff. Just a straight up brawl. And then near the end, Cody tries to hit. He does a move that's actually banned, a power driver. Yes, Cody did some heel stuff. He hit a power driver, and usually that move is currently banned. So it's kind of interesting that Cody hits a banned move in wrestling. Really heel-like. And then out of nowhere, we get Cody hitting a power bomb, but from the power bomb, John Cena turns it to the F5. Like, the reversal was so dope. On the outside, John Cena hits a super code red, like, and then John Cena hits a AA on the table to Cody. Like, it's some like spots that are just, oh my God. Like, the whole match was just crazy. Near the end, Cody like takes off the steel turnbuckle and uses the pointy end of that steel pipe and hits John multiple times with it. But John doesn't stay down. Cody's telling the ref to count, and the ref is like, I can't. It's a street fight. It's not. And John keeps getting up. So out of nowhere, Cody grabs the belt, tries to hit John with it. John says, nah, screw that. He hits 2 AAs. He looks at the title. He throws the title away like, I'm not going to cheat. He hits an AA. Cody kicks out. And John Cena hits a super AA from the top rope. That doesn't work. John Cena brings the table back in, but Cody hits a super Cody cutter to finish the job. It was like 2 super soldiers going at it. Some parts of the match did seem a little clunky, but I think it was just because it was so many big spots that some of it looked a little messy, but messy in a good way. Not like, oh, they botched it. It was more like, oh, like they're actually like putting in the work. Some of the moves looked stiff. It looked like painful as hell. Seeing John and Cody scream during some of the moves was like crazy. At the end, John raises Cody's hand. Cody leaves. John is in the center of the ring. We think, okay, John is maybe going to give like a speech saying that he has 4 months left, or something is going to happen. Maybe like out of nowhere, we get Roman attacking John, like someone on the roster. No, the one and only Suplex Mother City, the beast, Brock Mother Lesnar. Yes, Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, Suplex City. He just shows up. The music hits. Everyone is screaming. John looks in all shock. Everyone is like, what the? Brock just walks, like his aura, such a bad, tough guy. Like, he is so cool. He just walks around the ring, stares at John for a good minute, and then out of nowhere comes in and AAs him, laughs, looks around the ring, and then leaves. Guys, Brock Lesnar is back in WWE. What did this mean? Is Brock going to go after Cody? Is Brock going to fight John? Survivor Series is coming up soon. Is Brock going to show up on Raw? Like, it's some matches that I can just see Brock Lesnar doing that would be crazy. Imagine Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker. Brock Lesnar versus Jacob Fatu. Or Brock Lesnar versus Damian Priest. Or Bronson Reed. Like, the matches that Brock Lesnar can have now with some of these big guys or some of these guys, this was the best time to bring Brock Lesnar back with the most stacked men's division, so he can go against some of the best. Triple H, I'm going to give you your flowers. Nobody really know about this. Like, it was rumors that like The Rock was backstage and stuff. Not a lot about Brock. I don't know how they kept that under wraps, but having Brock just come out, he kind of stole the moment from Seth from like Saturday. I'm not going to lie. Like, I totally forgot about Seth cash-in after Brock came out. Like, I had to be reminded from the commentary, oh, but Seth cashed in last night and then Brock, I'm like, wait, oh yeah, Seth did cash in, whatever. Nobody cares about that right now because Brock Mother Lesnar is back and he's here to destroy and suplex everyone. Just, wow. Just unreal. Speaking about that, I want to see if they do a season 2 of Unreal, if this is going to be a part of season 2, because I want to know I want to know how they set up the SummerSlam, because this SummerSlam is just like unbelievable. And I'm happy that SummerSlam was 2 nights because this shows that SummerSlam was the life of the party. Now on to my awards that I give at the end of live events or special shows. So we have MVPs of the night. I'm going to need to give it to Io Sky. Io Sky stole the whole show in the opening. All the women did good, but Io, like, she just captivated everything. And that powerbomb to Naomi, News and Rhea, iconic. Candice LeRae, that spot will be engraved in my brain as well. Candice LeRae flying almost 60 feet on and crushing into a ladder. That takes balls to take a spot like that. The whole men's tag team division in the TLC, all of them doing those crazy spots, taking those unbelievable. Becky and Lyra, you have to give them their flowers. That match was so good. Becky versus Lyra, this SummerSlam match, I think it's going to be one of the best women's matches. Like, in my opinion, Becky versus Lyra was the best woman match of the whole card. In my, like, try to, like, in my opinion, Becky and Lyra, they had the best women's match of this weekend. Jacob Fatu and Solo did really good. But the GOAT, John Cena, pretty much was the MVP of the night as well. You have to give it to John and Cody. Like, just wow. Best gears of the night, I would have to give it to Io Sky. Like, I liked the Joshi, but also like that, like, goddess look. Naomi with the punk rock and then her performing with her dad. That was really cool. Fraxiom kind of had a new, like, I liked the comic book type of gear. Andrade and Ray Phoenix with the water and fire type of gear. Jacob Fatu with the killer werewolf gear. One of the best gears, I think, of like the year so far. Just Jacob Fatu coming out with the whole werewolf. And AJ Styles as well with one of the best gears of the year so far. His Eddie Guerrero tribute with the low rider. Iconic moment. And matches of the night, you guys already pretty much know by the way I'm talking about it. The men's TLC match, the tag team TLC match, chaos and innovative as hell. I love the SmackDown tag team division. They need to do, I want to see if they do a shakeup. I want to see Raw tag team division be like SmackDown. Raw tag team division is lacking while SmackDown is 100% on fire. SmackDown has the best tag team division. The women's intercontinental match, just the storytelling alone, and Becky and Lyra like going at it was so good. And come on, John Cena and Cody Rhodes historical match-making moment. Like, that match would go down in history as one of the best SummerSlam matches. And then the surprise of Brock Lesnar coming to beat up John at the end, just perfect. Yeah, this review is a little long, but it's a lot to cover. Like, night 1 was good, but night 2 just carried that out of the park. I'm waiting for Raw. Is Rhea gonna crash out on Raw? Is Brock Lesnar gonna show up on Raw? What is Dominic Mysterio gonna do next? And where did this all play out? Because Clash of Paris is in a couple weeks. And then we get pretty much, yeah, like after that, I think we get Survivor Series soon. So it's like, who's gonna end up in that cage match at Survivor Series soon? I'm just at all, I cannot wait. And where did this go for the men's division and the women's? Because we have multiple people coming in, trying to mark their territory, trying to climb up the top of the leaderboard, top of the division, and then we get returns and stars people breaking out. All divisions are hot. We need to see who ends up as champion at the end of the day, but I'll see you guys next time.